Hello everyone and welcome to another Google Analytics tutorial. Today we're going to explain how you can create events in Google Analytics. Before you start creating events, it is very important to note that you need to have a Google Tag Manager account and a Google Tag Manager container, and you need to install the Google Tag Manager container in all the pages of your website. Why this is the case? Because in order to create events in Google Analytics, we need to do it with Google Tag Manager. Now, you may say, wait a moment, but if I go here to admin, there is a place that is called events, and then I can actually click create an event, and then I can create an event. Yes, this is true, but this is going to give you limited functionality. You will only be able to create events that are relevant to URLs. Also, it's not the best practice when it comes to how you can organize your tracking. The proper way to do it is to do it through Google Tag Manager because it is more organized, because you will have a lot more options, and because in the end of the day, it is the right thing to do when we are working in digital marketing. Now, let's go straight to the point. Let's say we have a Google Tag Manager container, and this container is installed in all the pages of our website. What do we need to do? We need to come here to our Google Tag Manager, and we need to create a new tag. So every time you want to create an event, you will create a new tag. You are going to give your tag a name. Name it something descriptive. For example, GA4, let's say my event. Name it something you can remember. And there are two steps, the tag configuration and the triggering. The tag configuration is always the same, meaning you're going to click here and you are going to say, I want to create Google Analytics GA4 event. Always you're going to select Google Analytics GA4 event. Two things that you need to do here. We need to say to the system, where is this event going to live? So we need to copy and paste here our measurement ID. Where can we find our measurement ID? We're going to go to our Google Analytics. We're going to click on the left-hand side that says admin. And once we go to the admin, we're going to select data streams. We are going to select our data stream, meaning the data stream that represents our website. And here we have the measurement ID. We're going to copy our measurement ID. Then we're going to go back to the Google Tag Manager and we're going to paste this here under measurement ID. The next thing we need to do is to name our event. Whatever name you give here, that's exactly the name that is going to show up in Google Analytics. Keep in mind that the best practice is to name your events all lowercase and never leave spaces. For example, you can say add to cart, you can say add to cart. It's up to you how you can name your event. You can literally name them in any way you want, as long as you can remember what this event is all about. And that's 50% of the. What we did is we said to the system, we want to create a new Google Analytics event that lives within our data stream and has this name. The next thing we need to do is to configure the triggering. When we say triggering, we mean when is this event happening? So we said to the system, we want to create an event that has this name, lives in our data stream. When is this event happening? So we're going to click here on the trigger. And ideally, you need to click the plus symbol and you're going to create a new trigger. You're going to call it as per the event name. So let's say add to cart. And then you're going to click here under trigger configuration. And here you can see we have many options when it comes to the trigger type. So if your event is relevant to, let's say, a specific URL, so let's say people go on your website and they land on the add to cart page, they land on the pricing page, on the thank you page, then you're going to select page view as the trigger type. You're going to say, this event happens when people come on my website. You're going to say some page views, and you're going to say the page URL here contains or exactly matches whatever, let's say, it is the condition for this event to happen. So let's say /cart. You are going to save, and now we said basically that we want to create an event. The event is called add to cart. This event is happening when people land on a page that contains. We have to save and we have to publish and submit our Google Tag Manager container to send the changes live. When it comes to triggering now, there are many triggers, and it really depends on how the event is happening or what exactly you want to track. Now, page view is being used for tracking URLs. If you want to track, let's say, button clicks, someone is going to click on a button on your website, right? So they click on the wishlist button, they click on learn more, they click on whatever, let's say, you want to track. Then you're going to say the trigger is relevant to click to all elements. And you're going to come here and you're going to say, I want to track clicks, not all of them, some clicks, and then you're going to select the condition. You're going to say, for example, when the click text contains whatever, let's say it is, this is when this event is happening. Other common trigger types that you will probably need to use is the just links. So just links is used for clicks to external links. So somebody, let's say, clicks on the Instagram button and goes to the Instagram page. Somebody clicks on the Facebook button and goes to the Facebook page. Somebody clicks and goes outside of your website. Then you're going to say just links, not all the link clicks, some link clicks, and you're going to say the click URL basically here, which means where people go after they click this link or this button is, and you're going to insert it here. So that's another common trigger type. Now, there are many trigger types. I have a playlist with a lot of examples on how to track actually different types of events. Every website is also unique. But if we are to give some more advice, two more things you need to remember. Sometimes you will need to use custom event. If your website is very complicated, let's say you want to track wallet creations, you want to track people that log in, sometimes it's better to do it as a custom event. And very importantly, if this is the first time that you do this job, so let's say that's your very first time that you want to create events with your Google Tag Manager, before you even start the process, go to variables. And then once you go to variables, you are going to click on the configure button on the top right-hand side, and you are going to check all the variables. Why this is important? Because this will give you a lot of different options to create the right conditions, the right triggers for your events. That's it. That's how we create Google Analytics for events. Now, as a summary, what you have to remember, the best practice is to create events with the Google Tag Manager, not directly in Google Analytics, because we can keep ourselves organized and we have a ton more options to create events. The second thing you need to remember is because we're going to use the Google Tag Manager as a prerequisite, we need the Google Tag Manager to be installed in all the pages of our website. And the last thing you need to remember is that creating events is a two-step process. The first step starts with tag configuration, always the same. You're going to select Google Analytics GA4 event. You paste your measurement ID, the measurement ID of your data stream. You name your event, don't include spaces. That's 50% of the job. The other 50% is the condition. When is this event happening? So to understand what you're doing here, essentially every time you want to create an event, you come here, you say, I want to create an event. It lives in this data stream. This is the name, and this is the condition, means the triggering. You configure the trigger, and then you save, and don't forget to submit and publish your container. So press here, submit, and publish to send the changes live. Once you create your events now, give it 24 hours for the events to show up in Google Analytics 4, because most events will probably show up after 24 hours. We need at least one person to take this action, so it's not going to happen momentarily. The next thing now, let's say we created these events. Where can we see the data? Every time you go to Google Analytics, you are going to go here to reports, for example, and then you can go to any report. So let's say, for example, the traffic acquisition report, which is very popular. And under any report, you will see this event count column. You're going to click the drop-down menu, And here you are going to see the name of the event that you created. That's it. Again, I have a full playlist with the most common use cases when it comes to creating events in Google Analytics. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if this was valuable for you. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day in any time zone. Thank you, everyone.